You know, I'm not going to name names or anything, but YouTube definitely has its elite group of professionals that can make any car look good enough to make it to SEMA or Barrett-Jackson. But that's not how my channel operates. I do things a little differently in the sense I work under the guise of bastardization, where you utilize your wits and ingenuity to make a car look good again. Ever since I brought home this big blue heap, the multiple fucking shades of blue ain't doing my OCD or this car any justice. I want to make it go from this to a simple shade of semi-gloss black via implement paint, otherwise known as tractor paint. That's right, the creme de la creme of 70s, mid-70s technology and American luxury is reduced to tractor paint, because that's how my fucking channel rolls. How many videos is this going to stretch out to be? I couldn't tell you. How much money is it going to cost? I don't know. How much airplane bottles and swear words do I have to say to make it happen? Anyone's guess. To make it from bumper to bumper, top to bottom, sanding, filling, cutting, swearing and drinking, either way, I'll do as much as I can to make that happen, to get this car from how it is now to semi-gloss black. So sit back and hold on to your scrotums. You're going to see how I do body work. Starting with the trim, all bodywork's got to start by taking off the trim. And to my disappointment, I was hoping this would just be, a simple stud welded to the side of the car with those little plastic clips on them. You just press right on. Nope, it's got one of those little fuckers that screws over the nut on the other side of the fender. There's the right way, and there's my way. See how quick that took? You do it the bastard way, you can speed up the process 10 times. But what are you going to do about that? I'll fucking tell you, I'll fucking show you. Oh no, I scratched the paint. Who fucking cares? Okay. It's like removing a tooth. Aha. You know, the quote-unquote professionals, the armchair experts are going to be fucking jerking off to this quoting. You're doing it wrong. You got to do it this way. Every fucking time. I see postings like that everywhere. And I'm like, I don't have the time to fucking humor any of that. I got shit I want to do. Get it done on my schedule. You know, here's a question for GM. Why could they not do it like this on the edges? Why are there going to be pricks like that? That's my one question. Prick job. Oh, this is all good to go. Decided to leave the bottom half on. PR15 anybody? That's fixable. Huh. Can you see that? Word to the wives, when you oil coat your inside your doors, you'll get a little bit of a overspray on your windows. Looks like something you'd see in a jerk-off booth in an adult store.
Oh, you're so gross.
You know, when it looks like that, there's no fucking guarantee it's gonna come off.
Oh yeah! The Macho Man's gonna eat Eat your ass! Oh yeah!
Okay, I'll give GM this much. They used these hex head screws instead of just cross point screws like in other cars where they'll season just from rust and you round them off with a screwdriver.
Shit. Shit. Oh, shit!
With these, you can use a socket. Nice. Nothing like working on your car while the flies are fucking all over it. Anyhow, progress has been made. Got most of the trim off on this side, you know, the big shit. Oh, by the way, I should tell you, I got 15 grand in eBay parts right here. Here's 1,000, here's 1,000, there's 1,000. 1,500 bucks right there. 1,500 bucks right there. You know, 500 bucks. 500 bucks. Oh, this one's slightly different. 700 bucks. Yeah, fuckers. It's a game that they play. I could retire at the tender age of 39 at this. Just part out like that and charge at the prices they throw out. That's some underneath here. This middle trim's gotta go. 2,000 bucks. Anyone need this screw there? I'll sell it to you for 900. Oh, fuckers. Anyone want a mirror? 3,000 bucks. How about what looks like jizzed on the window? 1,700 bucks. The flies fucking don't come with it. Oh, yeah. The other side now. Well, symmetry. What I did the other side, I'll do to this side. Let's get that done today. You know, the toughest part's going to be that fucking corner. Let's see how I can fill that in. Because if you look on the other side, how are you supposed to get at that, you know? You know, this fucking, you know, plateau of metal is, you know, blocking your way. That ain't good. I said before, ingenuity is the keystone of bastardization, so I'll figure something out here. 1,200 bucks. 300 bucks. 1,900 bucks. Oh, forgot about these. And this. That's a combo. 700 bucks. Oh. It's a little broken. 200 bucks. 2,000 bucks. $29.99. Hey, we're back from the body shop. X amount of money later. They got a better sandblasting setup than I do. You know, take care of some of the, you know, violent shit on the C-pillar and a few other spots on the car. Couldn't do that here, so I had them do that. Took them about a day. What I'm going to do is fill in, you know, the canyons and holes with body panel adhesive and Bondo and hit primer on the other spot so it doesn't flash rust. Before I even do anything, I gotta cut off the little tabs, you know, this stuff here. I had to cut these off from the rear window because this is just where the border trim would go on the vinyl top that used to have been there. So that's all gone. I'm gonna have to reseal this window to put the chrome trim back on, but that's further down the road. If I'm gonna, you know, cover this, I gotta get those little fucking nubs off. That made short work. Now, it's just a matter of just smoothing it over. Well, let's see here. I mean, this is pretty easy. This is a pretty easy field to follow. You know, this is flush. You know, I got the Rocky Mountains right here. You know, and then you got flush right here. So, bridge the gap. And as these little fucking holes, I'm gonna put duct tape or something to keep it from going to sandwiching all the way through. You can do that from accessing for the trunk. So that won't be too difficult. I filled this in last year, but it was just a band-aid. Because I want to get into the meat of it and just make it right. You know, it's just a crude band-aid. You can see where they cut into it. That's where my old job, you know, stopped, and this is where they started. Just gonna, you know, make a one smooth surface. Oh yeah, gotta fill that in. Fucking A. I got brake cleaner, so I'm gonna hose that down, degrease it, and obviously it'll air dry, then I'll just fill it over. Hit it with some tape, let it sit for a day, then sand it down and make it smooth, and it'll be good on old kosher. Gotta clean it. And look at it evaporate. Now we're gonna mix this. On a semi-clean kosher surface. See, it's already working. As soon as that goes away, it's ready. Just enough to do these spots. I'm gonna probably mix just enough to do what I'm gonna do. I cut a few pieces here. You know, I got like 4 pieces here, 4 tries. Just gonna slather it on there. So I can't get my hand on the back side. You know, not enough room. I'm not anorexic enough for my arm to fit in there and apply some tape on the back side. However, the upside is the holes are so thin, and this is kind of really goopy. It'll push its way through, but it's not going to drip down like water. So, even though there's pinholes, it shouldn't be a deal breaker. And plus, I'm going to sand it all down anyway, so if it just like divots because of the hole, it doesn't matter. I'm going to sand it down anyway, so get the mixing. So, equal parts, one side versus the other. And you basically treat it like it's a JB Weld, but this shit is a lot fucking stronger. Don't let anyone kid you. This shit is right up there with welding without the heat and the sparks. So let's get to mixing. There we go. Equal parts. Mix it up. We're going to try that first. There we go. A little wavy, but it's all filled in. Add a little bit of excess, and I just use that to fill in the holes. I'll come back to that one, but it's a building process. You know, I wouldn't expect this to fill it in flush 100%, but you know, Bondo can take it the rest of the way. 'Cause that can't be no more, you know, thicker than your thumbnail. But this, make it as deep as you fucking want. Now the other side. Yeah, since I'm here. Yeah. Never liked that smell. Oh yeah, already drying. That's ready. Gonna keep going at it. That's all good. Tape that up. You know, I may like, you know, bow down just a little bit, but hey, that's what Bono's for. I got a fucking gallon-sized jug of that because, you know, Cadillac. Okay, mixing time. Okay, time to bitch slap it on. There's tiny little glass beads in here that help bond everything together, I guess. Or give strength. I don't know, it does something magical for it. It is stringy though, so. Alright. Straight across. Because this stuff won't crack, and it's a rust inhibitor. You know, it won't allow rust to come back when it's applied over bare metal. You're supposed to apply this over bare metal only. Hence the sandblasting, you know. A little hole right there. There we go. Fuck, I love this shit. It's a bitch, it's expensive, but hey, you get what you pay for. It's a little bit at a time. Hit this hard, get into those crevices. And the holes. We're basically using this like Bondo. That's basically it in a nutshell. There we go. Push it in hard. We want to make this razor thin because you want to make this like this, you know, make them into one. Okay, a little more of the excess. Got holes here to fill. Trying to make this like a one-stop shop. We get everything done in one shot, you know. I laid it out mostly as I could. Covered all the bare metal with this stuff. Areas that aren't so cratered and pitted, I just hit it with primer for now. Little specks right there, filled in some pinholes. I'll get on that eventually. Little pea-sized hole right there. But this is all smoothed down. Got that done. That's basically got a cure. Y'all got a cure at the same time. It's a little bit of primer and panel bond adhesive. But they'll meet. You know, be ready at the same time. Just try to feather as hard as I can so it's very smooth. I'm gonna hit this with 220 when it cures and just even it out. And this is just keep it from, you know, sagging. Holds it in place, holds it at shape. I hit this with primer, except for a few spots where I touched up where the pinholes were at. One or two pinholes there I filled in pretty quickly. All it's left to do now is just prime the door trim or the door lips on the bottom. They don't need the panel bond adhesive treatment, I don't think. I'm just getting with primer on the bottom so they're not always bare. Oh yeah, I laid it thick in this corner. There's a pretty decent hole there, so I just filled it in. Now if you wipe it, oop, didn't touch it but came close, but if you wipe it, it's just going to expose that hole. So you want it to harden and sand it down. And I lay some tape over there to keep it flat and spread out a little bit, but keep it shape. So we're going to do that. Overall, it's turning out pretty good. A bit messy, but this is fucking auto body. It's always going to look worse before it gets better. Yep, they did the underside of the nose of the hood. Hit that with primer. Yeah, it was getting there. It had some pretty bad surface rust. I don't want getting through the hood. So, hit that with some primer. And do the doors. I hit them all with brake fluid, so I cleaned off all the dust and grime first, naturally. I hit this with primer in the doors and call it a day. Sounds soft, but mind you, it's thick. And this is spread thin, so you're just hearing the metal underneath. Looking pretty good. It's gotta be sanded down. There should be a hole right here. Not anymore. Got to grind these two nubs down, but so be it. Hit this with 220, sand it over, wipe it off, and, feather it in and make it look like it's never been worked on at all. Factory look. One step out of a billion fucking steps to take.